Hello, this is Mura Sakiオオカミ, and yes, another one's come out. Well, this manga technically came out the day after the last one, but it's only now that I've managed to have time to record a little podcast about it. But what's more shocking is that it's already selling like hotcakes. I can't believe how fast this one's selling. Yeah, it's like, it's surprising because I honestly thought the other one would sell like quite fast, but this one is probably like one of the fastest selling manga I've done so far. I think, yeah, probably faster than my girlfriend is a fanboy. Is that what it's called? I can't remember. Let me just get the list of what that one was called. Yeah, because the day that my girlfriend caught me cross-dressing, yeah, that one sold quite a lot quite quickly, but I don't think it sold this many this fast. Oh, it's just sold another one just as I'm looking. Oh my goodness. But yes, the title of this one is called Tamed by the Witch, Obsessed Like a Beast, Took in a Werewolf, and He Took Me, and He Took Her. And yeah, that was a fun title to come out with because unlike, say, titles mostly aimed at men, where the titles have to be shorter, I'm sorry, with shoujo, like titles aimed at women, they prefer much longer titles, so it's like a completely different name style that attracts completely opposite audiences. So that was quite fun to come up with such a long name. But yes, in fact, this one I can actually show you the page, like the opening page. I can actually show you the whole thing. I don't think that's happened yet before. But yes, what's the story? Okay, the story is about a witch who's like, going out getting mixes for a pharmaceutical or potions and all that, because witch. And then she finds a baby wolf, like all alone. Now, as you know, werewolves are usually like in packs and families, but this puppy's on his own, so it's likely like his parents died or during like a raid or something, and she takes him in and raises him as her own. And so 18 years later, the guy's like, he's like grown affectionate towards her. He's now seeing her as his mate, while she is like, you're out ready to go on your own. Okay, I know that's gonna sound a bit dodgy there, because like, this witch is probably like, found her in the 20s, now in her 30s. No, the witch is 300 years old, and they do clear that up. She is actually 300 years old, but they don't age as fast, witches, so she still looks like a 20-something-year-old. So like they're both adults. It's not like as creepy as I described it. It's actually a really nice, sweet story. So if you're very much into, like, say, your romances from like the old shoujo beat titles, let's say, like, maybe not Vampire Knight, because that went more into the mystery, but probably anything from Arena Tanemura, like sort of like that sort of tone, because I used to read a lot of her manga when I was younger, like a lot. I think I've read like most of her works, but her two most famous ones, there's Essay and Full Moon. Those two I haven't read yet, I've read a bit of Full Moon. I own the Japanese copies, but I haven't had time to read it yet. And Essay, I wanted to read that one, but the at the time manga volumes from Viz Media were quite hard to find. Like, finding volumes for Vampire Knight was hard enough. Anything like more obscure than that was like really, really difficult. Because I live in the UK, and like the Viz Media is set in the US. So what the US branch had to do with those books was like import them, and they only brought in like, say, series that were like mega popular to the UK. So if you ever see like a Viz Media manga, like one of the old ones, and you look at the back and it doesn't have like the UK price on it, that was usually imported and a lot more expensive. But yeah, so I never read that one. I did have a look at the prices recently, but they've become so expensive right now. Like, I think they're about like £20 to £50 a volume, and it's like, nah. I'm good. I mean, I'm sure the series is good, but I don't think it's that good. I'm not spending that much on a book that's probably old enough to find in an old library somewhere. So yeah, it's very much like those sort of mangas. So if you really like the really old shoujo beat titles, you'll absolutely love this manga. In fact, it's probably really good for those who haven't read a doujinshi yet. It is completely beginner friendly. It's not like got any like crazy fetishes or anything like that. If it's like your first R18 doujinshi, like you're quite new to it and you just want to give something to try, I'd say this is probably one of the best ones you could go for, other than Shinobu, The Drag Next Door, and Drag X Vamp. Like, those three I'd say are perfect for like beginners. Though, so yeah, those ones, because the other ones, they can be a bit more like, you know, if you're not used to like the more heavy or more fetish filled doujinshi, then yeah. But yeah, there are all ages doujinshi out there. I do plan on translating a few, but they don't sell nearly as well, unfortunately. So like, usually I'd say probably, you like only get to sell 1 or 2 copies at best, unless it's a really famous series. So what a lot of manga could do is like tack on the sex scenes to try and boost sales. But with this one, it's clearly more like, you know, intertwined with the plot. Like, you know, this one cannot work without the sex and the plot, similar to like Drag X Vamp in that case. This manga, originally I planned for this manga to be released in Halloween, either 2023 or 2024, I can't remember from the top of my head, but due to like various circumstances, I just didn't have like the mental energy or time to do it. But luckily, I'm in a much better place now, so yeah, so I actually nearly cancelled the application to do this manga, because it was like, you know, I looked at it and I was like, is it worth doing, or should I just cancel the application here because it's been so long? Will anyone still read it? Like, I did wonder if, like, you know, if it was worth it. But then I thought, you know, the otome titles, like sort of like the shoujo-y ones, they're usually quite stable when with their sales. So I kind of used the other otome works as a reference point, which is like really good. This is why you should like pay for the doujin, because, like, you know, they're only like £1 each. I don't know how much that is in dollars, maybe like $2 at most, because most of them are quite, like, you know, short and easy. Like, you know, they're quite cheap. So you know, it's worth spending because, you know, it's like sort of like those references. Like if you buy the doujin, it tells me like, okay, you're interested in this sort of thing, you know, and if it's like, you know, me deciding whether is it worth translating something or if it's not, this is like the sort of, you know, time where that's like important data, that's important information for me to know. So I went, okay, we'll translate this one. Luckily the application was quite straightforward. Like, you know, the review, it went through the reviews fairly quick. There is one that is coming up which was faster, but we'll get to that when we get to that. That's not going to be out for a few more days, I don't think. But yeah, so I gave this one a chance, so I translated it, sent it out, you know, they got approved, and already it is selling really well. It's flown in sales. Like, I can't believe how much it's sold. It's like outpaced like a lot of the manga that I've translated already. Like, it's even starting, you know, by the time I put this audio podcast out, it's probably outsold a good chunk of them. Will it get to like my bestseller, which is called the one I referenced earlier, The Day My Girl Caught Me Cross-Dressing, which has just hit 100 sales. And again, thank you so much for that. It supports me, it supports the original mangaka, it supports everyone. But yeah, that's just hit about 100 copies sold. That's for the English version. The Japanese sales, I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's in the few thousands. Because the doujins are still quite niche in the English-speaking market. So 100, that's really good. You sometimes see more that sell more like 700, 800 copies. I haven't seen any English manga that has, well, English translations that have hit 1,000 yet. The most I've seen is about 780. I think it was around there. But yeah, but it's because it's still really niche at the moment, and it's like, you know, and with like otome titles or like Tokunoga titles, it's like a niche within a niche. So it's like, you know, your audience base like shrinks, it gets smaller. So it's like, okay, you're working with a limited amount of data on what to do with it. But yeah, so, you know, I do wonder if Tamed by the Witch will do as well as Girlfriend Caught Me Cross-Dressing. Honestly, I don't know. I do wonder, considering how many it's sold and like how quickly it's sold, and also I've seen like the mangaka's other works have been translated into English by my other translators, and they do hit around the 100, 150 sales mark, though I don't know how long those manga have been on sale for. So we'll see. I am very happy with the support. You know, I'm thankful for every sale, even if a manga say only sells like 1 or 2 copies. I'm still grateful for it. Like, you know, it's supporting me, it's supporting the mangaka. You know, every penny counts, you know, every sale counts. So don't think like, oh, the manga's only sold like, say, 30 copies, you know, it's gonna fail. That doesn't count for anything. For a lot of a doujin, that's actually quite successful. Yeah, I'd say, like, if, for example, a mangaka a translation sells about 5 copies, because this is like how the money split goes. If they sell 5 copies, they've made their money back. So, if you imagine like 5 copies, you know, that translators made their money back, at least. So it varies, like the percentage varies from manga to manga, but I'm speaking like, you know, the worst case scenario, like, you know, if a manga sells 5 copies, then it's in the clear. and then any more than that, that's profit. I think I can say that. I think I can talk about this. But yeah, I don't think it's a secret. I've never been told it was a secret. Nothing I read, it was a secret. But yeah, so like 5 copies. And Tamed Like a Witch has already surpassed that. It's like doubled that so far. In fact, it's just done more than that. Just as I was recording that. So, you know, I say support your mangaka, support the translator. I mean, I know like going on like doujin, like piracy sites is tempting, but bear in mind like a lot of these doujins are very cheap. They're not like, say, on Irodori. Like Irodori, like they charge quite a lot for their manga. Like I've seen some of the doujins go for like $5, $6, $7. Not sure what that is in pounds. I think that's about £3, £4, £5. I'm not 100% sure how the conversion is anymore. It seems to be varying every single day, but due to like the government circumstances, but we won't get into that. So you know, going on DLSite, Translation Unite, you're going to get them a lot cheaper. You're going to pay only like £1, and you know, and it's going directly to the mangaka, and the translator. The mangaka, like, you know, they choose exactly how much of a cut the translator gets, and you know, the translator is usually happy with that. You know, I'm happy. You know, I'm happy to, you know, do that. You know, translate and get a little bit of a cut, or maybe I get more of a cut. You know, it depends on the manga. Depends on what the original mangaka wants. So it's they have more control on DLSite, like how things go. You know, and plus DLSite translations are you know, tightly controlled, so it's not like, you know, anyone can just do a machine translation on it, like use I don't know, DeepL on it. So you're not going to find that or anything like that, like, because I've noticed like when I've looked on like piracy sites, a lot of them are using AI now, and you can really tell, and it's like yeah. So if you're against AI translations and all that, just go on DLSite. Also, you won't get anything like from like 7 Seas where it's like a mistranslation or anything like that. You know, because there's like a close community on like Irodori comics, not Irodori, sorry, on a DLSite Discord, where you know, all those translators, like, you know, we've got our own little secret like room, I guess, and we're always like talking to each other. And one thing that I can say is 7 Seas is the bane of our existence. Nobody likes 7 Seas, so, you know, I mean, I don't like them at all. I don't think many translators do. If I'm sure there's 1 or 2 who might like it, but from what I can gather, like, the general consensus is nobody likes them. Nobody likes them. But yeah, so you won't get any translations like that. You won't get another turn my friend into a girl scenario. You're not going to get that controversy again, or Mushoku Tensei. You're not going to get anything like that with DLSite. Never. They're so strict with the process. So like when you like first send it off, it usually takes about a couple times for a manga to get approved, because it's like go back, fix this error and all that. So it's all thoroughly checked, so you don't need to worry about a little thing. But yeah, so yeah, thank you so much for the support so far. We have a few more on the way. A few more have just been approved, and they are oh well, I'm not going to say what they are. The names have just been approved for both of them, which, you know, I'm really happy about. But I'll talk about them closer to time and when they arrive. So yeah, thanks for listening to this one today. Remember to buy the doujin and from DLSite or any official website. Any manga, buy from an official website. Unless it's 7 Seas. Then buy it from a charity shop. You know, support charity. That's what I'm going to say. If you don't want to support them directly, support a charity. Thank God for print books. Yeah, so thank you for listening, everyone. So, じゃあね、バイバイ、ありがとう。See you. Bye bye. Bye.